So in this video I will show you how to fold these flowers. They don't have names, so if you have a good suggestion, tell me, write me. I will gladly put the name to this flower because I think it's quite nice. It is quite paper effective. You see almost all surface of the paper. It works with some pattern paper. I recommend to fold it. This is all like this is 5 centimeters or even a bit less, or around 5 centimeters square originally. This is maybe 7.5. This is around 8. This is 10 centimeters. So it's quite big. So you will need one square, or you can start directly with pentagon if you have a template. I will show in this video very fast how to fold it from a square, but there is a special video showing in detail how to obtain a pentagon from a square. So, and best paper would be something a bit thicker than kami. Kami is also possible to use. This is the result with kami. It doesn't look bad, but I think it looks and it folds a bit easier with something a bit thicker. Even copy paper works fine. This is copy paper, quality paper. This is stamped paper. You can see the structure of the paper here, and this is folded from Nicola Terry tissue paper, paper which I really like. It's very crispy. Okay, so let's go and fold. As I said, I start with a square, but without many details. I will fold and cut to get a pentagon. You can click on the link to get the slow paced video of how to fold the pentagon. This is just as a reminder that many times when I need all those lines which this folding sequence produce, I even prefer to fold it like this, because when we open our pentagon we will have all these lines already on the paper. So this is our starting point. First what I will do, I will reverse those lines. If you don't have it on your pentagon, if you use template, please add all these lines, and I will change these little lines into mountains from the other side. Okay, so these lines which connect center of the edge with center of the pentagon will be mountains on this side. Okay, so first what we do is that I bring and fold bisectors here. So you will see to this central line I fold, and I only fold through 2 segments through this line connecting the corner with the center. When I open, you can see it here. I'll take glue. Okay, it goes only here, and I will repeat this 5 times going around, because that way you won't forget any of them. Okay, I have 5 of them. Now we should add another 5 mirrored, so that we have complete this shape on every corner. Okay, and again do it 5 times. All these lines we will need later for our collapse. In the end, it's good to check if you really have all this star structure. Okay, we have the complete star. I can and here the star is better visible. You see, here is the decagon 10-point star, not star shape, polygon, and nice star. Now I'm going to collapse kind of like water bomb base with this. Okay, these were mountains, these were valleys as we prepared them. Okay, I have ugly, I guess I wasn't folding too precisely. Okay, now here you can see a point. I will zoom a bit. Now here is a point where these two lines crosses, and I will bring the point to that point, and I fold really sharp here because there are so many layers and I want that fold to be everywhere. We will see small pentagon is there. Let's zoom out. Now I want all of these lines on one side, on white side, I want them as well as mountains. So I pinch them to have the right orientation. So this is all mountain. I will draw mountain just like that, like solid red line. Okay, now we are missing the little fold and then we start collapsing. So now we take the corner and we bring it to the corner of the small pentagon and we only mark here. Again, you will see here two mountain lines creating the triangle. If you open, here is our previously placed valleys and this is the new valley which happened in this step. And we proceed and we repeat all of this 5 times, not surprisingly. Okay. These models work very well also with thick paper or thicker paper, so you can try. So we are done with pre-folding. Now I need to change these short segments going from the small pentagon corners to the corners of big pentagon, change them to mountains, and now I will collapse this. I will push the central pentagon in. Okay, so you will see the star is closed, and now I'm going to use these valley folds to fold this out or down, whatever you prefer. Okay, so we will see the color appear. Now this is good. Now I have to open a bit my model, and here is the mountain line. I just pushed here to make it really mountain. You will see that this whole triangle will be as mountains. And now the other thing I have to check is this line, which you will see there, also should be mountains. So I am pushing also in this part, and now I take this and I try this action. You see, it should happen almost automatically, and if you look here you will see that here the soft valley folds are kind of hinted. If you prefer to have these valleys as a real fold, you can add them before. So now would be the good time, and you can add them here. Like you will connect this and this. This is valley, and you would pinch between this point and do the same everywhere Okay, but I don't, and if you want to, especially if you want to have a nice soft shape, I prefer not to fold it before. But it's up to you. If you prefer to have it better, maybe for very first model, it would be a good idea to have a bit easier the collapse. But you see, like really, when I'm pushing it together, if these are mountains, it will work. It will happen on its own. So here I am, and you see, here there's a problem. You can see that there is not the line here, the fold here is not mounted. So I will push from inside, and now everything works. Okay, I lost this one, so let's go back to it. And again, the same problem. This won't happen, this doesn't have the good action because this line is not mounted, so I have to pop it out from the center. Okay, if you have form like this, we can turn around. And now, bring the star together. Now we want to lock this shape because it's not super nice. Okay, now you can correct. If those triangles, for example, are going farther than this line, you should push them back because we want this. You see, here is from this side it's valley. Those are the mountains on other side. Yes, those are these lines which were making this movement. Okay, so here we will using only the soft lock because we don't need much more. And here in between, I like to use tweezers. Between here, the peak of this mountain form and this point, I will just fold. In this size, I can fold even with my hands, but if not, if it is too small, you just use your tweezers and you just find a good position and you fold it to the side. It doesn't have to be super precise, whatever. It's a good idea to have it really in between those 2 points though. So if you can manage, if you have big enough paper, it's totally okay to do. So that's one thing. When we look from the other side, now you can choose if you want the center a bit more open or not. But this, now it won't open because the center is fixed. And there is another thing, if you look at my other flowers, you see that these petals are more open. So to do that, we will add one more lock, and that lock will be here on this part. You can see they are quite, so just imagine that here we kind of like, not draw line, but you can prolong it. So this would be the part which I want to use for a lock. So again, either with your fingers, but here I really like to use tweezers because it's easier to start with the fold. I just fold something like this. It doesn't matter, we don't need to have them all the same. It's good to have, but it's not really obligation. Especially this point, it doesn't change much. So it's more like you should always try to have the same distance from here to here, so that they kind of keep it quasi-regular. And here is the last one. Okay, turn around, and you can see now my petals are already open. And another good thing is that my flower is rather flat from the back side. There is still this point which is protruding a bit, so you can turn it, rotate it, but otherwise your flower should be finished and already nice. What I like about this model is that it doesn't need too much shaping, because basically we did all what we wanted and it is still soft. You see that these creases, non-existent creases, makes it nice and soft inside, and this also has a nice kind of natural shape. So that's it for today. See you later.